Okay, I just tried to make this video on Rumble, and it would turn everything was upside down because the way they have it, you got to turn it the other way for it to turn upside right. So everything's upside down. But I'll do better next time, maybe. Okay, so the world is in darkness. The whole world is in darkness. Now, the atheist would kind of say, try to say, well, how do you know that you have the right teaching? How do you know that you have the truth? So So you have to start from the basis, the basics, and the ground up. Starting with where? Where do you think we got to start to explain that we have the truth of God's, the only truth that nobody else has? Why are we so special as to have the only truth there is and nobody else has the truth? Out of all the tribes in the world, we're the only ones that have the truth. That's what they say. So you have to start, explain it. You got to explain every little detail to them so they can understand how it is that you have the truth and no one else does. So, of course, you're going to start from the beginning. You start with creation. We were created, right? And the reason why we have the truth is we have a reliable source, but they don't believe in our source and they don't believe that our source is reliable. So we got to explain that too. But you have to start at the beginning, start from creation, right? Okay, they're not going to agree that we are created because they believe in a natural cause for natural things, which is circular and nonsensical. So you have to explain to them the scientific facts, the scientific truth, that no physical thing can make itself, bring itself into existence. No physical thing can direct itself. Same goes for energy. Energy cannot make itself, energy cannot direct itself. You can't have an infinite regress of physical causes the same way you cannot have an infinite regress of energy. Because, of course, if you had a greater and greater physical cause, then ultimately you would have to have everything to be physical and it would just burn itself up. The whole universe would burn up. You can't have an infinite regress of physical causes for physical things. It has to be an external, non contingent cause for the physical universe. Now, that's science. And it's the elephant in the room that the physicists, they try their hardest to avoid, try their hardest to pretend isn't there, doesn't exist, and they'll try to explain it away somehow, probably. But you can't have a physical cause for physical things. You have to have a non-physical cause, which is not a natural cause, it's a supernatural cause for physical things. So you start from there. So we do have a creator. That's the evidence of our creator. The existence of any physical thing is the evidence of creator. Not to mention hummingbirds and all kind of exotic animals and things that just baffle you at what they're able to do and stuff like that. Has to be an external cause. It can't be a physical cause for physical things. So we do have a creator. We just established that we have a creator because if not, we wouldn't be here, and we wouldn't be ordered. We wouldn't, because we can't order ourselves. We can't program our own existence. We don't even understand the programming that we have, nor we do we understand the signaling mechanisms and all the sugars and everything that store all kind of information everywhere and stuff. So, anyways, so we got that settled. We got a creator. Now, the reason why we have the truth is because we have the only truth, which is the biblical truth, which is from a reliable source, which says that only our creator can perfectly cover for us himself and recreate us from the inside out by the power of his true word as no one else can. So when Adam and Eve were created, Adam was made with a provision that would cover for us, right? So then when Eve was created, she wasn't created separate from Adam. She was taken out of Adam so that the covering for us was in Eve. So that as soon as they sinned, they found out, oh, there's a covering for everything we do. If we make a mistake, there's a covering for us. The covering for us is in Eve by way of the seed of the woman who will crush the serpent's head. So that's the first messianic prophecy, first clue of Messiah, of God himself being born among us, and God himself is going to make everything right. So that explains everything. And the reason why we have the truth and the Jewish people don't is because, well, for one thing, we are a Jewish sect. We are the most correct Jewish sect because you can't have a you can't have a sinful Messiah. You can't have a man of sin to be a Messiah, or you can't have an ordinary human to be our Savior, and that's what the Jewish people believe. We believe Messiah is an ordinary human, but if that's the case, they have no perfect covering, and we are the only ones that have the perfect covering, which is God himself. God being born of a woman, like one of us, you know, the undercover boss. He's our undercover boss. And he came, suffered the punishment we deserve so that we can live. Because if not, then God would be culpable. We'd be culpable. God would be culpable. We wouldn't exist. Nothing would exist. Everything would disintegrate. But since God is a holy God, he has a perfect provision for us, covering for us himself through Messiah Jesus. And it's the only truth that there is. There is no other truth. Otherwise, there wouldn't be anything. And the fact that there is something is proof that what we believe is the only truth that there is. Only your Creator can perfectly cover for you himself and remake you again from the inside out by the power of his true word as no one else can. So God bless everybody. Take care. My battery's running out. I got to sign up.